Good morning, everybody. I'm Nikki Stanzione.
And I'm Kristen Van Dyke.
And this is New Mexico Style Midweek. Yeah. And I am so happy that America finally got it right and voted off Bristol Palin off Dancing with the Stars last night. It's the only thing that made me in a good mood this morning.
Really?
You know, well, the dancing is at such a high level this year because it's the All-Star season.
All-Stars, of course. It should be All-Star worthy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like every episode is better than all the finales of seasons past. And so every week, you know, it's kind of been like, why are all these good people going and Bristol is still staying? So I just wanted to say, I just did the spoiler. If you watch the show, she's out of there. Okay. But that's not where we're all talking about in the media. There's a lot of other things we're talking about. In fact, the media frenzy continues around Fearless Felix Baumgartner. The New Mexico Tourism Department is actually honoring him with a special ad on the New Mexico fan page on Facebook.
That's right. The ad on the page shows Baumgartner just before his record-setting jump and reads, "Some people will go to extreme heights to visit New Mexico."
That's great.
The tourism department told us they have no immediate plans to make more ads featuring Baumgartner, but right now you can see it on the Facebook page, and that's it. But I think that's pretty catchy.
What a great ad. Yeah. What a great ad. And Fearless Felix's epic leap has actually been immortalized by Lego. Take a look at this. A video clip of the jump is now reenacted using the teeny tiny toy pieces. How cool is that? Look at that.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it documents the events from beginning to end, including the balloon preps and the landing. Felix's landing with Legos looks a little rougher.
The Lego landing is a little rough.
I like it.
I love Legos. I always have loved Legos, and I love that, you know, I love that this story is so popular that now a company like Lego is capitalizing off of it. It's fantastic. And now let's check in with KRQE News 13 anchor Elizabeth Alvarez, who has this morning's headlines. Any fearless things on your agenda today, Elizabeth?
Oh, fearless. Gosh, I don't know. You know what? There's a lot going on today. So let's get right to it, shall we? Happy Wednesday, everyone. Let me start off by telling you about the presidential debate from last night. The gloves came off during last night's debate. President Obama had promised to be more aggressive this time around, and many say that he actually lived up to that promise. But there was no backing down from Mitt Romney. CBS's Randall Pinkston has a recap.
President Obama and Mitt Romney wasted little time going after each other in the second debate.
There were a whole bunch of oil companies.
No, I had a question, and the question was, how much did you cut them by?
You want me to answer
How much did you cut them by?
I'm happy to answer the question.
In a snap poll of uncommitted voters, 37% said President Obama won the debate.
Do I think we'll get a bounce from this? Yeah. How much of it is, you know, we'll have to see.
Romney gained a lot of momentum in the polls following the first debate, and his campaign aides say his performance last night will help him continue his surge.
You're going to see the momentum continue here. I think a lot of those undecided voters who tuned in tonight heard from the governor himself how he would perform as president of the United States.
Romney comes out on top when voters were asked who would do a better job with the economy. President Obama can claim victory on the question of who would be better for the middle class. Foreign policy played a key role in this debate when the question turned to the attack in Benghazi, Libya.
It took the president 14 days before he called the attack in Benghazi an act of terror.
Get the transcript.
He did, in fact, sir. So let me call it an act of terror.
Can you say that a little louder, Candy?
In the spin room following the debate, Democrats crowed about the moderator fact-checking Romney. Romney's team maintains the governor was correct.
The governor got blindsided a little bit by a moderator who incorrectly tried to affirm what the president said.
The two candidates will likely have a chance to answer more questions on Libya next Monday at the third and final debate, which is focused entirely on foreign policy. Randall Pinkston, CBS News, Hempstead, New York.
That one's sure to be interesting as well. All right, you may have noticed some new TV ads that will happen this morning opposing Albuquerque's minimum wage increase. Opponents of the proposal will run the ad for the next 3 weeks until the election.
The minimum wage increase creates serious problems for Albuquerque's struggling economy.
Okay, so Republican City Council members Dan Lewis and Trudy Jones don't want the minimum wage to increase. They say it will take money away from the already hard-pressed city budget and kill jobs. But supporters disagree. David Edwards, who owns the New Mexico Tea Company, claims the economy will in fact be beneficial for the economy because he says more people will be able to spend money.
I support raising the minimum wage because I think that it will lead to a stronger economy, and a stronger economy, of course, helps a small business.
On Election Day, you, the voter, will decide whether the Albuquerque minimum wage should go from $7.50 to $8.50 an hour. And in Santa Fe, business leaders are asking the city to freeze the minimum wage at $10.29 an hour. That's how much it is right now. It's the nation's highest minimum wage rate. A city ordinance requires the city to raise it based on the inflation rate. The Chamber of Commerce says if the city increases the wage again, it will raise everyone's prices. In other news this morning, because of all the recent threats made against New Mexico schools, 2 district attorneys are now calling for tougher laws when it comes to school threats being made. Lemuel Martinez of Valencia County and Rick Tedrow of San Juan County want to make it now a felony. Under the current law, the state can only charge someone who makes a school threat with a misdemeanor. And as we reported, 4 8th graders allegedly threatened to carry out a shooting at Belen Middle School last week. All 4 have been arrested from jail and are on house arrest, just so you know. It looks like people who are upset about a proposed Walmart in their neighborhood are getting some support from the city. The Albuquerque Planning Department is recommending that the city deny Walmart's proposal. They say building the big box store off of Corza Montano on Albuquerque's west side is a bad idea because of all the traffic problems it could create. West Side residents have been protesting the proposal for a new Walmart. The Environmental Planning Commission has scheduled a public hearing on the matter on Thursday. That's tomorrow. It's going to be at 1 p.m. at the Albuquerque Convention Center. We'll, of course, keep you updated on what happens during that meeting. And that wraps it up for your headlines this morning. Be sure to catch Matt, Kristen, and myself every weekday mornings on KRQE News 13 beginning at 4:30 a.m. Ladies, going to send it back to you.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thanks, Elizabeth.
Have a wonderful Wednesday.
Thank you.
And we love Wednesdays because it is now officially time for the Hollywood Buzz.
TMZ Correspondent Gary Trock joins us from Los Angeles. Hi, Gary.
Hi, Gary.
Hey, good morning.
Okay, I have to get right to this story because it's a little close to home. Last week, our New Mexico-style producer actually broke a story to TMZ that a Santa Fe man was fired from his job at the Encantado Resort for talking about Jennifer Aniston to hotel guests while she was staying on the property, even though all he said was that she's very sweet and much more petite than I thought, to quote. So TMZ followed up on the story, and we are so curious to hear, what did you find out?
Yes, turns out it was true. Good tip by you guys.
Thanks.
Next time, maybe we could do a little less work on it, but I definitely appreciate the help. I'm just kidding though. But it turns out this guy worked at the Escantado Resort. He was a hotel valet shuttle, basically, drove the shuttle back and forth. Mm-hmm. And apparently one day there were some people on the bus talking about they saw Jennifer Aniston at the spa that day. And he commented, oh, she's so sweet, and like you said, much more petite in person. Mm-hmm. Well, the guests on the bus, when they got back to the resort, they were still talking about, the bus driver talking about Jen Aniston. A couple people from Aniston's camp overheard the conversation because they were staying at the hotel as well. Right. They went to management, complained, bada bing, bada boom. The poor guy got fired.
That's so unfair.
Unfortunately, that's what happens when you violate celebrity policy. Yeah. He's not supposed to talk about it at all.
At all, period.
Yeah, I know, but it was, he was probably just saying, oh, she's just a sweet girl, she didn't mean any harm. I don't think he wanted to say anything mean. I think he was just trying to be nice, and I feel bad. So now I wonder, has there been any reaction from Team Aniston as to, the backlash now about the fact that everyone's talking about that he was fired?
No, they haven't said anything.
Okay.
And I don't even think Jen knew about the incident. I'm sure she didn't want the guy to get fired. But,
exactly.
If you sign a contract that says that you're not going to talk about celebrities, can't talk about celebrities.
Gotta do what you gotta do. I understand that. Right, Well, thanks for the details on that.
Well, moving on to something else.
Of course.
We decided that you were definitely right when you suspected that Kristen Stewart, Rob Pattinson, the whole breakup was a publicity stunt.
You were on it.
I guess all is forgiven now. They're back together conveniently just 1 month before the release of the last Twilight movie. Sounds pretty suspicious. What do you guys know about the reunion?
I told you this the whole time.
You did.
This was all just
always
yes. It was just publicity stunt. And I think this is just reinforcing it a lot more. We saw Rob and Kristen together at a restaurant out in Hollywood earlier this week. It looks like they're back together. And we even put up a story yesterday that Kristen bought a house a mile away from the house that her and Rob were staying at, the house that she allegedly moved out of. So it looks like she just moved out of that house down the street to her new house. if it was a real breakup and you break up with your boyfriend, do you buy a house a mile away from his house?
No.
Like, it's not really, yeah. So, yeah, Twilight coming out next month, and it looks like the publicity lined up perfect for them.
Yeah, I think it all worked out. Wow, what a bunch of fakers. That makes me crazy, but I'm glad you can honestly say, I told you so. That's a good thing. You did well on that one.
Told you so.
You know, and I have to say this also, TMZ is also breaking news this morning that Nike ended the contract with Lance Armstrong and that he'll step down as chairman of the Live Strong cancer fighting charity as of this morning. So that's pretty upsetting. What else has TMZ learned?
Yeah, I mean, this whole thing with Lance Armstrong is pretty crazy. He is definitely, he's losing endorsements. He had, like you said, had to step down as chairman from the Live Strong Foundation, which is, huge foundation that he basically started, and it's his face is all over it. So he said that he did not want, because of what's going on with cycling right now, he didn't want that to affect the foundation or cancer research at all, which I think is a good move. I think it's upsetting. Apparently, I don't know if you guys have read any of the reports that have come out, but it looks like Lance Armstrong was involved in a pretty extensive and crazy doping scheme during cycling. And that's unfortunate. I mean, obviously the stuff he's done for cancer research is, another issue that shouldn't be affected, and that's all good. But, he's a hero to a lot of people, and I think he let a lot of people down.
Yeah.
And I don't, I gotta, personally, I'm upset at the guy. And
I am too.
I wish he would admit it. I would just wish he would come out and admit it now that, you have everybody coming forward, going on the record, reporting. I mean, he got banned for cycling for life, and he still refuses to admit it. So hopefully one day he'll take responsibility for it. But as of now, the sponsors are ditching him very quickly.
It's too bad. I hate seeing fallen heroes.
I do too. Well, and he's done so much for cancer research. I just hope this doesn't have a huge backlash on that. The one good thing that he's really done. So
and that's why he stepped down immediately, because he didn't want that to be affected at all.
I guess that was his way of admitting it without actually admitting it. So thanks, Gary, so much. You're still our hero at TMZ.
No problem.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you very much.
Have a good week.
And you can read more about these stories at TMZ.com, or you can catch TMZ weeknights at 5:30 right here on Tucasa Fox.
And not only do we have the Hollywood Buzz on Wednesday, but it's also time for You Gotta Be Kidding Me, as we say it with a lot of drama. The New Mexico style team, we get a lot of emails. I don't know if you understand how this all works for us, but we get hundreds of emails and lots of phone calls every day just pitching different segment ideas. Sometimes they're from PR companies that are out of state, sometimes locally. Well, we received one that we thought deserved a mention on You Gotta Be Kidding Me, because this one came from one of those PR firms. This was in Denver, okay? Not that far from New Mexico, mind you, so they should know where Albuquerque-based local stations are. Okay, so we won't tell you the sender's name because we don't want to embarrass her too much, but I'm going to read you a little snippet from the letter, okay? Here's what it said. This was about 2 weeks ago. Hi, Nikki. I hope you are doing well. I wanted to share this media alert for a premier international event starting this coming weekend that I thought would be great for New Mexico style. Let me know if you'd be interested in covering it. Well, if you haven't guessed, she was offering to cover Balloon Fiesta for us.
Okay, so she was saying, not us be interested in covering it, if we'd be interested in them covering it?
Yeah, because so just to be clear, so these PR firms, sometimes they'll set up, you see us do these satellite interviews, so different people around the country will set up interviews for us regarding different events around the country. So she's like, there's this event that's coming up, you've got to hear about this. It's amazing. It's called Balloon Fiesta, and maybe we can help you out with this. And of course, our producer wrote back, actually, along with the rest of the media outlets in New Mexico, we'll actually be there live covering it. So all I can say to that is, you gotta be kidding me.
Yes.
Really, I mean, do your research.
Maybe there was an intern on the job on that one. It sounds like that one kind of slipped through the cracks.
That intern is not getting hired. Yeah, no, it was just one of those moments where you read the letter and you're like, really? Anyway, you got to be kidding me.
Well, here's another one. A Florida team was banned from her high school homecoming because she had an overdue library book.
Banned from homecoming for an overdue library book. You got to be kidding me. Okay, so the freshman, Dominique Stearns, is in the accelerated reading program. Pretty good. And said that even though she offered to return the book that same day, the school will not allow it. It's like too late, too late, no way. Furthermore, she says there was no due date stamp on the book, so she had no idea when it was supposed to be returned.
Right.
I've had that happen to me.
Oh, yeah. When Dominique's mother approached school officials, she was told there's always next year.
Uh-uh.
Which is, homecoming.
No, there's not always next year. You got to be kidding me. All right, I don't want to say you got to be kidding me about the weather. I want to say thank you for the weather because it is beautiful.